Did you know that 95% of teens use smartphones? 85% of them are on YouTube, and 70% of them use Snapchat or Instagram? Hi class, I'm Nathan Cunningham, and today I've come here to persuade you all on why you should limit your time on social media. I've conducted research from multiple organizations and taken into consideration some of my personal experiences to tell you some problems with social media and some solutions to getting off of social media. I'll first discuss the problems with it. The first problem is loss of connection with someone or people, which I got all this information from Need Today. People tend to believe that keeping Snapchat streaks or Instagram DMing people is actually keeping a connection, but this is actually not very true. There's a lack of emotional connectivity that goes with these conversations, and people have a lot of time to think of their responses. In real time, they have little to no time, and with these just virtual conversations, it's just not the same as real conversations whatsoever. The second thing is facial expressions. There's a lack of it, and yes, there is Snapchat, but people can choose the face they want to send, and also they don't always send the face. They can send their forehead, which I guess is part of their face, a ceiling, a TV. They can send all types of things. The second issue is mental health. So the overuse of social media can actually spur anxiety and depression. A few instances that can cause this is one, comparisons between other people. People tend to compare themselves on social media, which can either weaken their ego or boost it. And this most likely always weakens their ego. The second reason is people can see their friends hanging out without them, and this can spur negative thoughts and feelings about themselves due to FOMO, which is the fear of missing out. So these are just a few instances that social media can cause someone to have anxiety and depression. So firstly, anxiety is the over worry about something that may or may not happen. Some of the symptoms are tenseness in the chest or the body, headaches, irritability easily, and tend to lose concentration very easily as well. This can be very detrimental to someone's life, leading to complications in work, school, and even friendships. The second mental disorder that can be caused by social media is depression, and I got all this information from mayoclinic.org. Depression is very serious, and some of the symptoms are isolation, loss of interest in hobbies, and even suicide. People who have depression do isolate, and this tends to ruin friendships and even relationships. And if they do decide to commit suicide, which is very sad, this can lead to mourning and sadness with loved ones around them. The third problem with social media is actually cyberbullying. So back in the day when social media was not a prevalent thing, people who were getting bullied at school had at least maybe the privilege of feeling safe at home. But now with social media becoming more and more popular, this is actually not the case anymore. Over 59% of teens have actually experienced some way or form of cyberbullying, which is very sad because cyberbullying has a correlation with low self-esteem, depression, and even suicide. These are some problems with social media, and now I'll tell you some solutions on how to get off of it. Firstly is hobbies, starting a new one. So you can start playing a new instrument, photography, or just playing a sport or going outside and doing some physical activity. All these are great. There are endless possibilities. First, starting a new hobby can make life just better by focusing your energy on yourself and not on other people and doing something that truly makes you happy. This can help make life more positive and just more meaningful. Secondly, it makes it more productive. People who use Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat tend to be sitting down and not really doing anything while scrolling through social media, which is not productive at all. By doing something that this person actually truly values and loves and makes them happy, this is a lot more productive for this individual. The second thing that can get people off social media is hanging out with friends, and I got all this information from piedmont.org. So hanging out with friends actually has numerous benefits. One, it can be as a distraction. So People face stressful situations all the time, every day, and hanging out with friends can actually distract people from all these stressful situations. Stress is also correlated with cardiovascular health. So, the more stressed people are, the worse their cardiovascular health tends to be. It's not always for sure, but there is correlation between it due to the constriction of arteries when stressed. The second reason is emotional connection. By hanging out with friends, people are creating stronger connections, which makes meaningful friendships. So, overall, hanging out with friends is a great way to spend time instead of scrolling through social media. The third possibility of getting off social media is actually getting a job. I got all this information from fitwork.org. So as adults, we have the opportunity of getting jobs that do not require higher education. And even as teens, we had the opportunities of being referees at soccer or basketball organizations, and even working at snack bars. Working has numerous benefits. So one is obviously making money. People can use this money to support their family or do something that they truly love. By doing something that they truly love, this creates a positive impact on mental health and makes life more fulfilling. The second benefit is connection with people. People with jobs tend to have coworkers, and if taken the chance, they can create short friendships or even long-lasting ones. The third benefit of working is having more self-love. So having a job gives someone a purpose in their day-to-day life, and this prevents people from having self-hate for not having really a purpose. All these solutions of getting off social media prevent the chances of cyberbullying, which has a positive correlation with better moods and better mental health. In conclusion, I talked about what the problems were with social media and what are some solutions that we can take to get off of social media. I hope I persuaded you all to take a little time out of each one of your day to make or do something that is meaningful to you and productive. Thank you.